We're a climate solutions group. We've really focused on building out a team and set of services that can help drive climate action now. I think we're in kind of a third phase of climate investing. I think the first phase was really that one going back about 15, 20 years. Heavy industry actually came into the space, and that was about delivering cost-effective solar, delivering cost-effective wind and offshore wind in particular. And that first phase is now established. That first phase now is able to bring institutional capital into the market. The second phase was a software-driven phase. So leveraging off the VC boom, we saw lots of fantastic software companies starting to be developed, and I think Australia is now maturing in that space. The third phase is, I think, the one we've just started, and I think you start to talk to people about now, their 2030 targets are real, but they don't have the action plans. And this third phase is getting deeper into the real economy to deliver emissions reduction, and that's way more difficult to finance. So we're into a third phase of climate investing. I think the most exciting phase, because it's going to get more difficult. But because it gets more difficult, there's more opportunities. Everything all at once. So I'm really interested in how the themes are evolving. So I'm getting a bit old, a few grey hairs. You see that things emerge, you see that things mature. So when I started investing in offshore wind turbines back in 2012, 6 megawatts was enormous. Now it's 12 megawatts. And the literal size just keeps compounding. So what I'm really thinking about the forum is how are these sectors developing? So for me, it's all of them, but it's with a very specific intent to see how they're developing and where they can go next. And I think in terms of the forum and what I'm looking for, it's genuinely more people wanting to take action. I think we underappreciate the benefit of cheap solar and cheap electricity to innovate. So we can take different risks because that solar power and our power during the solar curve is really cheap, and we should be doing more with that. We're a relatively small country. The C-suite of Australian corporates are not far from their customers. You're not looking in many instances to large multinationals with overseas executives who aren't here. We're talking about a C-suite that shops at the same supermarkets. They go to the same football grounds. We have a very small connection between consumers and the executives that can make these changes. And I think that actually can allow us to move faster. So I see that as a huge advantage. The opportunity, however, is to move faster together. So that opportunity, particularly for corporates, is around delving into some of these areas where there's established technologies, but there aren't pathways to scale. So it is about how do they pilot things? How do they work to de-risk the rollout of these technologies? I'm looking for people who are coming to take action, people who are coming to the forum to learn as part of their journey, but to take away immediately, the very next day, action plans. How do you go to work every day and be decarbonising? How do the small decisions in your procurement team, how does the manner in which you do your budgets, all of these things has to touch everything, everywhere, all at once.